So hey guys, Nate Vaping again, and today I'm going to show you my beloved coil that I love so very much. This is a triple braided piece of kenthol wire. This is a regular drill bit that I have, and give me 2 seconds and I'll show you what diameter. My trusty caliper here, and make sure that's set off to 0, and measure the outside diameter of it, and it's 0.075 0.076 diameter, and it's a little tiny screwdriver that I found. Actually, I got it when I bought a cheap atomizer. So all I'm going to do is about 6 wraps, and that's really all I use. Triple braided 6 wraps. It comes out to, sometimes it's about 0.4, 0.5 ohm coil, and yeah. So take it and go ahead and start wrapping. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I go ahead and wrap it. It's a big nasty coil. It's probably one of my favorites to vape. It gives you a nice vape that you realize that you don't even realize that you're getting the amount of vape production from it, because it is so low ohm, and it's my favorite of all time. So here you go. Wrap it around there. I like to keep it in there just to keep it there, and so when I string it on there, it's easier to do. So grab your tweezers and scrunch it like I did, and then grab your nail clippers. Go ahead and trim up. Make sure you got one longer than the other. Good rule of thumb is to keep one longer than the other so you can string it easier. So keep that on there. Go ahead, grab your device. I'm gonna go ahead and clean off from my last build. I'm gonna go ahead and clean off all this extra cotton in here, and here you go. There's your clean deck. Go ahead and take the coil. Go ahead and string it through. Now some decks cannot handle this because can't handle it because of the fact that it is so large. So if your deck is really large, or if the holes on your deck aren't large enough, I apologize. You might have to you might have to get a better one. This is the Helios clone, and it does work really well in that one. So you can see there's the coil. Go ahead and tighten it down, and we'll do some tidying up in a second here. Grab our screwdriver and straighten it out. Okay. Now if you can tell, it is a pretty big coil. It will not work as it is right this second. It has to, we have to scrunch it and get it all cleaned up. So what I like to do with my leads initially is fold them up. So if you fold them up in line, then they're out of the way. You can always adjust them the length later if you wanted to. I'll get a nice close-up shot there. Here we go. That's way better. Sorry guys for the focus. Go ahead and tighten it down a little bit more, because there's going to be a lot of tightening. So there's going to be a lot of manipulation to this coil to get it to run exactly how we want it to. But you are going to string it just like as if you had a microcoil, because that's what we built, just a really beefy microcoil. So what I like to do is take the tweezers, scrunch it up, give it a little twist while you're scrunching it so it kind of holds those coils together, and unscrew it, unlock, and fire it up. Okay. Now there's a crap ton of hot spots, so be forewarned. You're You're going to be doing this a couple times until you get all those hot spots out of there. So go ahead and squeeze it. Still a lot of hot spots, so we want to get that thing nice and glowing so we can squeeze it. Okay, hold it there for a second. Okay, we still got some hot spots going on here. So all you're going to do is keep squeezing. Just keep on squeezing. Fire it up. Up, there we go. We got it now. Alright. Heats up from the center out. Gets real good and bright. That's perfect. This is exactly the coil that we want. Okay, go ahead and trim off your leads. Lock it up. Lock it on up. Trim off your leads. And like I said, I just leave mine up so they don't get in the way with anything. Alright, so we're going to give it a second. I'm going to go ahead and blow on it to cool it off just for a second because it's going to be too hot for the cotton. Alright, so grab your trusty rusty cotton, boiled. Make sure it's boiled because the taste will be tainted if it's not. So get a nice decent size and go ahead and twist one end to a point. Now you want it fluffy. Don't forget to make it fluffy. And what we're going to do is string it through that little hole right there. So go ahead and string it through. And then snag it from the other side here. And give it a nice little tug. And voila. Now you do want it to kind of move freely within there. So a little trick is to give it a spin and make sure it spins freely in there. Once you get that, go ahead and take your scissors and go ahead and trim up. Trim it there. Trim it there. Alright. So there that is. Go ahead and take your screwdriver and tuck it under. It always gets tucked under the microcoils. And tuck that end under. Okay. Now if it doesn't tuck under really properly or really well, it's okay. When you add the juice you can kind of retuck it. So I'll go ahead and grab my my chocolate hazelnut from Witty Octopus Vapors, and go ahead and grab some of that. Go ahead here and start applying. So we're going to add that to the coil. Make sure it gets it good and saturated. Now with this coil is, if it's too saturated, it's not going to work properly. It's not going to get a really good vape. If it's not saturated enough, you're going to burn it. You'll burn the wick, which is not fun. So we'll go ahead and test fire it. Unlock it. Oh yeah, look at that. So that's beautiful. Now we have the top. We're going to put it on there so the air holes go across it. So if the coil is lined up, you're going to have the airflow go across the coil. So that's why you line up the holes best you can. I'm going to wipe it off there. Alright, and give it a shot. The amount of vapor production is crazy. The best part about this coil is you don't get any ridiculous throat hit. So if you're not looking for the throat hit, this is the best way to go. Vapor production is crazy. This is one coil. Only one. We've done a dual coil on this before, and to tell you the truth, it heats up so much that it's not even feasible. With the setup, you'd have to bore out all the holes, get everything cleaned up, but this is just on a standard setup. Triple coil, or triple braided coil, 6 wraps. I did not check the ohms on it, but I'll go ahead and check the ohms and put it in the description here so you guys know. I built this numerous times, so again, it's going to be like a 0.5, 0.6 ohm coil. So it's great for mechanical mods. It will work for your for your variable voltage mods if you add more wraps. The reason why you triple braid or even double braid or twist the wire together to 28 gauge kenthol is to lower your ohms. So you lower your ohms, and when I lowered it, it came up, you know, coming out with a really good, very good, cool vape. It's not anything over powerful, but it does produce the vape. It's a vape chucker. So as you can see, it's just a lot. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned, and you know, we'll try throwing some more coil builds up there. If you need something in particular, just let me know. All right, take care, guys. Bye.